Hi! Thank you very much for tuning back in. My name is Fonny. In my channel, I talk about my houseplant and my Hoyas. Today, it is another episode of Top 10 Favorite of the Month. I am really happy to show you 10 Hoyas that have quite significant growth, and it is a combination of older Hoyas that I have for maybe 5 to 6 months, and also Hoyas that I have obtained around 3 months ago, and I can show you how quick they have grown, and that's the main reason why they made up to top 10 favorite. Most of the Hoyas are Hoyas that I got from Camilly, so it will be also a growth update for your reference if you are interested in any of the Hoyas that I have obtained from Camilly before. If you like this type of content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out next time when I post similar content. Without further ado, let's have a look at these 10 Hoyas that I have selected as top 10 favorite. The first one over here is Hoya Stenophylla. If you remember this one, it is a Hoya that I got from Camilly around 4 or 5 months ago. I would say this is not a fast grower in my condition. Although I have really high light condition, it only pushed out this much. I would say it's around 5 centimeters long and around 8 nodes. So it's not significantly fast compared to other ones that I'm going to show you. However, it comes to top 10 favorite because it actually have pushed out some really nice new leaf, as you can see here. It looks really nice when it comes new. It's almost like a thread with pink. I remember the first time when I saw the new leaf of Stenophylla, I thought the new leaf was browned off and then it dried up and died. I was almost going to chop it up and remove it from the plant, but then I realized that it is actually how it looks like when it first pushed out and unfurled. And I would say this particular plant is definitely mealybug's favorite, because if you can see the leaf shape, it is very concave. In other words, there is a very deep middle part that is hidden, and it is such a cozy place for these really annoying mealybugs to hide inside. And that's the reason why every time when I'm trying to identify mealybugs, I almost have to open up the middle part. As you can see this one, it is very closely connected, 2 leaves together. These ones are more mature ones, as you can see, the darker coloration. And from this inspection, I think I have done a pretty okay job in removing all of the mealybugs previously during the treatment. Normally the treatment of washing everything up and then to spray neem oil will last for, I would say, 2 to 3 months, and then eventually these little creepy, annoying bugs will come back. And look at this, it's just really fragile. Yet not really. It looks fragile because it's so thin, and this one is also really soft, but eventually it turns pretty stiff in the leaf. As you can see, this one, it is quite stiff. Next one over here is Stoneana. This has really beautiful pure white flower. Both corolla and corona is white, and that's the reason why I purchased this cutting around 4 or 5 months ago. It is pretty rapid grower because at the time when I received it, it has 4 leaves, and now it is pretty full of a plant. And it also have 2 growth point. As you can see, there's one vine and there's another one over here. The reason it comes to top 10 favorite for this month is because of the really rapid new growth, and you can see how nice the new leaves looks like. You see there's actually 3 new leaves on this 2 tendril, and you can also see how beautiful and glossy the leaves are. You see that the leaf, it's pretty shiny and glossy, and I would say it's quite thick when it comes to the side. As you can see the thickness here. And if you already noticed it, the back of the leaf is also quite soft. I think it is very nice touching the leaves. So if you want to see how this leaf looks like in person, I highly recommend to get one of these. The vein on the leaf is also not as prominent, but if you look closer, and now that I have a light in front, you can see that the vein also creates certain texture of the leaf. And once again, this is a plant that grows really nicely. And, oh, there's actually another vine. So correction, there are in total 3 new growth points. And I'm really happy about this Hoya, and I look super forward for it to grow some peduncle and eventually some flowers. And I can see pure white flowers from this one. Let me know in a comment box below if you have managed to provide condition to flower this Hoya, and please leave your tips on how to flower Stoneana. This one over here is an import from Elbe around half a year ago. This one is Hoya SP West Java. I am not sure if this one has a published name yet. Let me know in the comment box below if you know if this particular species already have a name in particular. I really like this Hoya because you can see that the leaf is super small, and that's what I love about Hoya. I especially like small leaf or even tiny leaf Hoya. And as you can see, there are so many new growth points. Originally, I have 2 sets of plants. I chopped it into half, and I actually traded the other part with Camilla. So I only have this one left, but as you can see, it is such a prolific grower. As far as I remember, at the time when I received it, I probably have 4 to 5 notes on this plant, and now it already grown into a full pot size. And you can see that the interesting part about the coloration is the new leaf come in pretty bronzy. You can see this one as the closest example. It comes in pretty bronzy when it has highlight condition, and slowly it will fade and turn into more lighter green coloration. And then eventually it will turn to normal color, which is more like a green like this. The fun part about touching this Hoya is that the leaf is not smooth. The leaf is pretty rough, I would say. There's a lot of resistance when you're touching it. And you can kind of tell because you can see that texture of the leaf is having this really, really small pattern on the top. And also at the back, it also have the same kind of texture. So it's nothing really smooth, but it's something like touching some sandpaper, I would say. This one over here is Hoya EPC 960. I got it as a cutting from Camilla around half a year ago. I would not say this is a fast grower in my condition. However, the reason why it comes up to top 10 favorite of this month is because it finally pushed out some new growth after 6 months. Within 6 months time, it has pushed out this vine and also this new vine that pushed out this week or these 2 weeks. So it's not a lot of new leaves, I would say under 6 to 7 new leaf, but it is such a beautiful, beautiful Hoya. I believe this one is having the genetic of Sigillates, and also you can see that there are some nice splashes. It's not so much, but it's enough to make this leaf very special. No other leaf are the same, and you can see these ones are the original leaf. And the new leaves comes in very nice color. You can see it's like a maroon purplish color. And when you look into the reflection of the leaf. This one, I do not put it too close to the grow light, so it doesn't have intense sun stress coloration. But I remember at the time when I received it, because Camilla put this one in the outdoor greenhouse, it has that purple undertone shine. It's so special. I remember it should be this leaf, because these 4 are the original leaf, and these 5 plus 2 coming up are the new leaf that pushed out in the 6-month time. Let me know if you have this EPC 960. What are your experience? Does it grow fast in your condition? If so, what are the conditions that you're providing? If it also grows really slow for you, how do you find this Hoya? Do you like it? I love how detailed the leaf is, and that kind of little bit, if you can see a little bit of purple undertone shine, a little bit. It's super nice. This one over here is Hoya Telosmoides. I love the really interesting flower shape. That's why I got this one from Camilla. I could already spotted out 1 millibugs, as you can see there. You can see that the leaf is very different in the size. This is the original leaf that I got from Camilla, same as this leaf. So these are the only 2 leaves that I got. And then I also propagated with a bare stem cutting. And you can see that it pushed out pretty bushy leaves. And the leaf, it's significantly smaller. I suspect it is because this is the stem propagation and the leaf takes more time to grow larger. Let me know in the comment box down below if your Telosmoides is also small in size like mine, or it is just because I have higher light condition and this one is a stem cutting. That's why it has much smaller leaf. But I would say this one is very easy to root, and it took very short period of time to push out new leaves over here. These ones, I remember it pushed out, I can see a green spot on the tip of the node around a week after I have potted it up. So it is really fast rooting in my opinion. And also there are some new shoots coming on the side as well, and also on this part. So all of the actually node, this one and that one there, is pushing out some new growth. I really like this. I really like the flower, as I mentioned, but I really appreciate the leaf shape as well. It's just so delicate, but at the same time it's so dark green in color, and you can even see the vein underneath, and it's just so nice. I love this leaf. This one over here is Hoya Pulchra. I was really surprised when I got this from Camilla because she told me that it's not available at the time when I asked her. But then at the time when I visited her, she says that she found 1 cutting that she could give me and trade with me. So I'm just absolutely surprised with this Hoya. And I'm so happy to show you, finally, a sizable leaf has pushed out, and it is so special. Can you see that undertone with dark purplish green? And also you can see the midrib being really obvious. Together with the vein, it looks very special in the coloration. And also it has that dark undertone color, not so similar to a mature leaf. Mature leaf is very thick, as you can see on the side, and new leaf is also quite thick. You can see over here. However, if you look at the back, normally it has this kind of purple coloration, and it's just really nice when it comes to the combination of having dark purple undertone, and also the back is purplish in color. It also got some shine if you see that reflection. Try not to break it, by the way, so I'm just going to slightly tilt it. And also there are some more new sets of leaf coming. I am really, really happy that I got this one, and it's a really precious plant that I got from Camilla because it was such a surprise that I can get this one from her. It's not the fastest grower, I have to say. Over the previous 3 months, only this set of vine has pushed out and only one leaf has pushed out. So relatively slow, but definitely worth the wait. This one over here wouldn't be a surprise for you. Why I have this as my top 10 favorite for the month. It is because of the small and round and glossy leaf, and also the very quick growth pattern. If you remember, this one is Hoya Noona pink that I got from Camilla again as a cutting around this much, I would say. I got it around 4 months ago, and now it is already a full pot of Hoya Noona pink. And you can see that the new leaf is slightly more green. And also it is because of the high light condition I am providing. And particularly for Hoya Noona pink, the beautiful thing about Noona pink compared to Noona yellow is that it is much rounder in the leaf shape. This is also what Camilla tried to tell me I should get one of this because they have really beautiful rounded leaf and I would definitely like it. And you're right, I love it so much. And you can see this is the example of a new leaf. It's very lime green in color and also have the edge of purple. That's because it is under pretty high light condition. And you can also see that the vein is not as prominent, but it is quite subtle underneath there. I look very forward to see the flower of this one. First is because I haven't flowered my David Camingii with pink flower. I've never seen David Camingii in pink flower, so I look super forward for this one to flower pink and yellow corona flowers, which is absolutely great combination of a flower. This one over here is Hoya Anncajanoae. This is also a Hoya that I got from Camilla around 4 months ago. This is a top 10 favorite Hoya because of the new leaf growth that I have spotted this month. You can see that all of these are new leaf. Particularly it is lighter in green, and also you can see the edges are much more sun-stressed compared to the older one. And the texture of this Hoya is so good. It's really soft and touchy, I would say, and it also have this beautiful leaf shape, this elongated leaf shape. And if you look into the side, it is pretty succulent, I would say. And throughout the 4 months, it has pushed out this bunch of new leaf. And also this was the existing vine that I don't want to chop up. Hopefully a new vine will push out on this here or there or there. But this is so beautiful. It is a really beautiful coloration, beautiful, very interesting, soft texture, and very nice and stressing. Let me know if you have this Hoya and if you have seen the flower of this Hoya. The reason why I got this one from Camilla is because I saw the picture that she posted of her Hoya flowered. It's not the same coloration flower that I have because it's slightly peach in color, I would say. And not to mention the brilliant texture. I will just keep touching my Hoya. Really, really nice. This one over here is Hoya Piestolepis. I got this one again from Camilla in the same batch of Hoya that I just showed you. She gave me this one as a rooted cutting. At the time it was this much, I think. I think these are the 2 new leaves that has pushed out. But The crazy thing about this Hoya is it grows so fast. And look at the leaf shape. The leaf shape is so prominent when it comes to the detail veining. Each of the leaf has that concave lobe following the vein shape and pattern. And you can see this one, a newer leaf, is a bit more sun stressed because the light is probably just there, so it's really close to the source of light. And but I would say it's not so bad when it comes to highlight, because this one, as you can see, is not as thick as the other ones, but I'm pretty surprised that it could take quite a bit of light. And you can see these are the two new sets of leaves. You see how bronzy undertone it actually has, and also this brilliant concave shape. And if you look on the back, let me try to flip through without breaking. It's really smooth. It has really smooth back, and there's not much hair, a little bit, as you can see, but the leaf in general is not very thick. The growth pattern, I would say, it's really nice as a trailing plant, I believe, just that I don't have enough space, and I kind of like the plant to grow like this by themselves and without any restriction. And I also have experience of dying back of leaves when I tried to force it on a trellis. It just died off. The vine died off, and also the plant stopped growing. And also look at this growth pattern. It's so consistently equally distributed for each sets of new node and new leaves. So it just makes it really pretty. Like placing it here, I can see the really nice vein and also the shape of the leaf, and the growth pattern is just nice. Last one over here is a pretty big one. This is also a cutting that I got from Camilly half a year ago. However, as you can see, this is already a full pot of plant. This one here is Hoya Burtoniae variegated. You can see that the variegation is very obvious, particularly when there are highlight condition. And for the variegated part, if you give it a little bit more sun stress, it turns pink in color. That's why you can see this leaf particularly, it is almost fully purple. And these ones are the newer leaf that pushed out. It looks so pretty because different layer of the undertone of green, cream, yellow, and purple just makes the leaves look super dynamic. And if you look into the growth pattern, it is also really attractive. It's perfect as a trailing plant because it has so many leaves on each node. It doesn't really skip a node when it comes to the growth pattern. And also it grows really quickly. As you can see, these are the original leaf that I had from Camilly. The coloration is, I would say, quite different. This one, I believe she grew indoor. And the color is a bit more mild when it comes to the variegation, and the leaf shape is much larger and elongated. But because I have really high light condition, you can see that the leaf is so much smaller. If you can see that comparison over here, it's almost like 1/3 of the size. This almost look like it is a Camilly because of the rounded leaf shape and edges of purple. But it's so nice to touch because it's so soft. And yeah, you can see that it's very different. The variegation stayed, but the leaf shape has changed quite significantly, I would say. And also have that kind of shininess. You can see that here. It's beautiful. The only thing about this plant is I need to pay extra attention on mealybugs because there are just so many nodes, so many places for them to hide. But please grow more. I don't mind mealybugs to be hidden inside here as long as I just give you a good shower most of the time. That should be fine. Thank you very much for staying until now. I hope you enjoyed the close-up, and I really enjoy making these top 10 favorites series. However, I kind of want to know what you would like to see. Is it interesting if I post Hoyas that is my top 10 favorite for the month, or you would like to see some specific characteristic of the Hoya? For example, splashy Hoya, small leaf Hoya, thin leaf Hoya, beautiful flower Hoyas, that kind of category that you will be interested. So let me know what you would like to see in the comment box down below, so then you could fill me in some ideas of what to film going forward. If you like this type of content and you want to support me, telling me that this is something you like, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out next time when I post similar content. Until next time, I wish everyone is having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!